Hello guys, thanks for watching Hook Legends. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through my recent upgrade from a Garmin 93SV Plus to a Garmin 1220. Now in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the reasons I decided to do this upgrade. I'm going to show you my setup. We're going to go out and we're going to do an on-the-water demonstration. I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about what I like and I don't like about this particular upgrade. But before I do that, I want to say thanks to all of our subscribers and viewers. And if you've been viewing these videos and you like these videos and you haven't subscribed, I would like to say do me a favor right now. Reach up, click subscribe and like, and make sure you click the notification bell so you'll be alerted when future videos are released. I would also like to do a special shout out to all of those who've been to the website and purchased some of our plastic premium bait. You know, it's another way that you can show your support for the channel. So I would like to say thanks. It's greatly appreciated. Now, I'm going to move into the setup portion of this video. I'm going to need to move my camera to a different location and show you that setup. So let me get the camera moved and we'll be back in a snap. Alright, as you can see, I have my, see if I can zoom in on this a little bit closer. I have my transducer located here on the trolling motor shaft. Now there's a couple of reasons that I do that. I won't get into it in this particular video. I also have a mount that attaches to this. This is an Ultrex, by the way. I have a mount that will attach to this Ultrex to that has a handle on it, so I can actually turn this transducer under the water from that. It really comes down to the type of fishing that you're doing and whether or not you're going to do more brush pile fishing where you just want to spot lock, sit there in one position and you know, have the trolling motor hold you in one place, or if you are going to be doing more like open water fishing, chasing down the fish. I still have my mount and may go back to it at some point, but right now I just wanted to really build up my skill level. All the pros have theirs mounted on the trolling motor shaft, so I thought I'll give that a try. So I'm going to put this back in the water. Currently I'm sitting over here, I got this pin right there, if you can see it. Use that a lot, by the way, especially during the spawning season. Allows me to conserve my battery power, and it works pretty good. Works pretty good keeping you in one spot. So now I'm going to actually go ahead and show you the Garmin 1222. Alright, I'm going to go ahead now and show you this Garmin 1222. So let's go ahead and get it powered up. Actually, that was a little too fast. I think it must have already been powered up. I thought I had turned it off, or it just has a very, very fast reboot cycle. Okay, now I want to show you the actual unit itself. There's some components you're probably going to see here that I won't talk about till later on in the video or another video, but it has to do with my Active Captain tablet. So you can see the unit is powered up. I have this unit connected to a pole here, and this pole allows me the ability to this is a stowaway pole, by the way. You know, there's a lot of manufacturers out there. I'm not endorsed to promote one pole or the other, so right now this is the one that I'm using. It's a little bit tall for me. At some point I need to either cut it off or purchase the smaller one. These come in different sizes. I ordered the large, but it sticks up just a tad, especially now since I migrated from the 93SV Plus to the Garmin 1222. So just a little bit tall. But this pole has the ability, has a little release mechanism down here on the bottom. See if I can get you a good shot of that. I can release this and it will tilt forward. It'll lay all the way down. Has a little kickstand here so I can prop it up when I'm going along real fast, so so that your graph doesn't take a whole lot of pounding. Now this pole allows the graph to rotate from side to side, which I didn't see a big advantage of it, but now since I'm videoing, I can actually rotate it and line it up perfectly with the camera that I have sitting over here to the side. So this is the stowaway pole. And the next thing I'd like to talk about is the battery that I have. Now I have a separate battery, guys, supplying this graph. Matter of fact, I normally have a Hummingbird Helix 10 back at the console. A lot of times these graphs by default are set up on your battery. There's been some horror stories, you know, where people went fishing and they ended up, you know, getting stranded because the battery, the cranking battery, ended up getting drained. So you don't want to get your battery drained, you know. So I set mine up on a separate battery, and once again, it's an amp outdoors 32 amp hour lithium battery. So that's what this is powered on, so I can run it all day. And I've run this thing pretty much from sun up to sundown and haven't had any issues whatsoever. But it gives me a lot of confidence knowing, you know, that it's not going to drain my starting battery for the boat. So look, I see a fish there moving around. But anyway, that's pretty much my setup. Okay, I want to tell you the reasons why I decided to upgrade from my 93 SV Plus to the this Garmin 1222. Now this is just a graph. It doesn't include the side view. Oh, I think it changes it to like a 1240 or 1243 SV or something like that. This model is pretty much just going to be used for my Livescope. One of the reasons I wanted to do this upgrade is that the current unit that I had, the 93 SV Plus, the resolution on that particular unit was listed at 400 by 800. Now, one of the things I always thought was a little weird is that normally it looks like the resolution is for going across and then for going down. But this particular unit was 400 by 800, and I know at some point I probably will want to go with the LVS 34 once it's available. I know it's already kind of sort of been released and you can pre-order it, but you know, at some point I would like to have a unit that's compatible with that. Now, I would also like to say that the resolution on this thing is so good right now. And but anyway, back to the resolution. So I just want to tell you the resolution. I'm gonna put the resolution up here on the screen. But as you can see, the 1222 has a resolution of 1280 by 800, which is a whole lot better than the EchoMap 93 SV Plus. EchoMap 93 SV Plus is listed at 400 by 800. The EchoMap 93 SV UHD is 800 by 480. Just so you have everything, some more comparisons here. The 10-inch, the 1022, has a screen resolution of 1024 by 600, and this, the 1222, has a screen resolution of 1280 by 800. So now I believe that the Garmin 106 has a resolution also of 1280 by 800. So that's the rundown on the resolution. So the reasons I wanted this unit was I wanted the higher resolution. I wanted something that was going to be compatible with the LVS 34 when it came out. And probably the number one reason I wanted it is for recording. Now here I wanted you to see the screen and everything. So I'm just pointing my camera at it. When I get out and I start doing my live, you know, fishing videos, what I'm going to be doing is I'll actually be using Active Captain. Okay, and that's, if you can see it here, you see I have a tablet connected down here. I'll turn that on in just a little bit, but I'll actually be using Active Captain to record my video clip, so I won't be getting glare and having to worry about, you know, the lighting on the screen. And you know, so that was one of my primary reasons for using it. You know, also I forgot to say, this is a keyed unit. It's everything here operates by pushing the buttons. And a little bit I'm gonna tell you what I like, some of the things I like about this unit, some things that I don't like about this unit. But I think it's a big plus that this is not a touchscreen unit like the one I'm upgrading from, which just always seemed to stay dirty and smudgy, and I would clean it, and as soon as I touch it again, I could see my fingerprints all over again. So I think this is, at least for right now, I believe this is definitely a nice upgrade for me. I wanted a unit that was keyed, so when I'm out and it's rough water and the boat's banging around, you know, I used to accidentally try to touch one thing and touch something else that I didn't intend to do. So this keyed unit, I think, is going to help me out a lot in that sense. So those are my primary reasons for doing this upgrade. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit now about what I like about this unit. First of all, I like the resolution of the unit. You might even see some bait fish here Look, up in that corner, they're swimming around a little bit. So the resolution is like just so much better than what I had before. I also like the keyed operation. What comes to mind when I look at this dial here, when I turn this dial, it reminds me of the old televisions like 30 years ago. You can tell there's like set points inside of that dial. It's not just like continuous or off into infinity. You can definitely tell there's set points built into that dial. So I like that. Another thing I like about it a lot is just by clicking this dial, this button, I can go, and I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but right now it's currently set for depth range. I'm going to click that once and it goes to forward range. So if I wanted to adjust my forward view, I can just adjust it by doing that. If I click it one more time, it allows me to change my gain, so I can take the gain up. Currently it's on 55%. I can take it up, I can take it down. I like mine around 55, 56. I like to have a little fuzziness in there. I kind of like seeing that extra detail when I'm using my unit. Another thing I like about this unit is the ability to move all the GPS coordinates from my Hummingbird Helix 10 to my 1022 and 1222. I'm sorry. And now moving your coordinates, if you've been using Active Captain and you're moving from an existing Garmin unit, one of the little surprises that I kind of expected Garmin to do anyway was it actually brought over those coordinates that were on my other unit once I use Active Captain and it's synced. Now, one of the things I like to do is I go out and I use my Hummingbird a lot, my Hummingbird Helix 10. I use the side view on it and the down view, and I use it mostly for just finding structure and sometimes schools of fish. So I'm normally sitting back at the console. I have a bimini top up, so if it's hot outside, I'm out of the heat. But most of my waypoints, I have like over 150 waypoints just down on this end of the lake. So I sit back there. Now I can sit back there and navigate to a stump, but if I'm in a small area that might have 20 or 30 stumps or other structures that I want to fish, I don't want to go back there just to find it. So I would like for it to be on this unit. So one of the things that you can do is you can actually do an export on your Hummingbird using Hummingbird PC and convert that that export of that backup. Actually, you can take that backup and using Hummingbird PC, you can convert that to a GPX file, which is a standard GPS format. Once you get that particular format, you can then take that file and just import it directly in here. Matter of fact, I'll even show that here in just a minute. But you can import that file right into this unit. So all of the GPS points that were back there on the Hummingbird, I can now have right here on this unit. So that's that was something that I really like about it. Okay, let's talk about some things I don't like about this unit. The first thing that comes to mind that I don't like about this unit is I love this depth control. I love it. I can press the button, go from gain to depth range. But what I don't like about it is when I turn it, look, I'm gonna go back to normal. Here I'm on 20 foot. I have 20 feet set on the depth range. I'm going to turn it one click, and look, it goes all the way to 30 feet. So that's just a little bit too much. Now I know what they're trying to do. When it's in automatic mode, it tries to keep the ground, the bottom of the lake, in that bottom 1/3 of the screen. And it looks like it does about the same thing here. I wish that there was a setting, and there might be a setting. Let me say that. There might be a setting I haven't discovered yet or haven't found it yet. I'm going to keep looking. But it's one of the things that I don't like about it, because sometimes I'll go from an area that's maybe 4 foot deep and maybe want to go to an area that's, say, I don't know, 8 or 9 feet deep. And every time I turn it, it just, it does it drastically. So I wish there was some more minute control over that button. Same thing for the forward range, The forward range isn't as bad, doesn't cause me as many issues. But the depth range definitely causes me some inconveniences. Now I understand why they're doing it. This unit is basically for saltwater, I think. Has a lot of capabilities if you're going to use it on your saltwater, on your saltwater boats. And if you're at 400, 200 feet of water, when you turn it, you don't want it going 1 foot. So I understand why they did it, but I'm hoping something that in the future upgrade, they'll allow you a setting that controls that. Another thing I don't like about the unit is I noticed I noticed this the first time I put the unit in, I have a switch under the floor that I turn my power on and off when I'm not using the boat. Whenever I turn that power on, this unit comes on. The Garmin 93 SV Plus, the unit that I have, doesn't do that. I mean, no matter how much power I plug to it, it doesn't come on until I press that power button. So that's something that also that I really I'm not a great fan of that automatic just because it has power turning this unit on. Lastly, the base maps that came with this, I mean, they're exactly what they say. They're base maps, and just didn't find any value with them at all. I came out here in a lake that I was familiar with, and I mean, I was not impressed. So that was the first thing that I did, was went out and make the purchase of I believe it's Lake View maps, and I purchased those maps and installed them on here. So that's what I don't like about this particular, those are the things I don't like about this particular unit. Okay, I'm going to see if I can show you real quick how to use the feature where if you have a Hummingbird and you want all of your GPS coordinates off of the Hummingbird onto your Garmin unit, one of the things you can do is go in there and create a backup of that. Once you get that backup, you could take it home using Hummingbird PC, and you can actually, there's a process you can go through where you can convert that into a standard GPS format file. Once you get that file, now I've already taken the liberty, by the way, of taking that file and putting it on the card that's in this particular unit. So I'm going to go ahead and just walk through that real quick, just so you can see how what that process looks like. So I'm just going to pop that card out a little bit. If you're out over water, be careful, don't shoot your lake card out, you know, into the lake. Okay, now it's asking me if I would say it cannot unlock maps. I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to use my dial here, and I'm going to say install later, and I want to manage this card. Now I want to go down until it says merge from card. You don't want to place what's from the card. You want to merge if you already have some coordinates or some information on there and you're just adding to it. So I'm going to merge from card. Now make sure that here, this can either be, when you look at the file type, here you can see it's ADM. I think by default it's ADM. Go ahead and press the button on that, change it to GPX. Okay, so because that's a standard GPS file. So now we're going to come in here, we're going to merge from card, and I have that on card slot 1, I believe. And here's my file. I'm going to select that file, transfer complete. So now when I come in here and look and I go over to my maps, okay, I'm going to hit home, my fishing chart, going to look at it and look at all of these waypoints. Look at all of these waypoints that have been added to, I don't know if you can see them, but there's a ton of waypoints here now. All the way up to 6, I see 66 right there. Let me move over a little bit. I mean, there's just tons and tons of all of my favorite waypoints. So now I can just come out here and do stump hopping from one to the other. Alright guys, I hope you like this video. Like I said, this was not an in-depth video. I just kind of wanted to get out here and show you give you my initial impressions, my initial thoughts, show you my setup, what I liked about this unit, what I didn't like about this unit. You're going to see this unit a whole lot. I'm going to be doing a lot of fishing videos with it. I'm going to do a lot of videos on the different setup parameters to get the best screen. Any issues that I may or may not have with it. So I just wanted to give you kind of an introductory, my introductory thoughts to it. So once again, if you like this video or if you like any other videos, do me a favor, click that subscribe and like button. Make sure you click the notification bell so you'll be alerted when future videos are released. Thanks for watching Hook Legends.